to see Bills. I want to see Bills and Commanders. You know, obviously, if we go, I'm not rooting for Mahomes. But like, you know,
now.
Hey,
look here.
If Josh Allen can beat Mahomes,
no matter where it go, honestly, no matter if the Commanders. Because I'm speaking to this, when we beat Philly, we go to the Super Bowl. I don't care we play. I don't care we play the Chiefs or the Bills. I think we have the best team that's in the playoffs right now, and I think we have the best quarterback in the league right now. And for you Detroit Lions fans, that's what you get for talking trash. Y'all 15-2. Y'all had an amazing season, but we say this all the time. It's any given Sunday. You thought this boy JD Fowler was just going to come into Detroit and just play? No. This man is really legit. He has 2 road wins as a rookie.
Shout out to Terry.
Potentially about to go to a first Super Bowl as a rookie, bro. You can't get more storybook than that. You can't get more storybook than that, bro.
And shout out to everybody, other supporting cast, because guys made plays when they needed to make plays, man. De'Ami Brown made a big time catch.
Shout out De'Ami Brown.
You know, you see Terry McLaurin taking that joint to the house. I was just talking to my friend a while back. He was saying he felt like Terry didn't have breakaway speed. I was like, man, what? And so to see that, I was like, hey. Right. Stop playing with that man with a 4-3. Stop playing with him. But yeah, man, like I'm excited. I got us winning it all. I feel like I'm confident I can say that now. You know what I'm saying? We here. Mm-hmm. I feel like if we just stop the run, our run defense is not that good, and it showed. But we made the play we were supposed to make. So
and also
if we can stop the run, I think we have a shot.
And also we was facing dogs. Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery are the 2 best running backs duo in the league. Yeah. Don't get it twisted. So this gives me a lot of confidence for us being Detroit, the best team in the league as of right now, and has been the whole season. For anybody in the naysayers that's sitting here talking about Washington didn't play these teams, didn't play
Detroit
that,
was
we
the
are
team
here.
To beat,
Detroit was the team to beat. They were the Super Bowl. They were the Super Bowl favorites.
I think didn't Detroit beat them?
Yeah, Detroit pretty much beat everybody.
And
we put 45. We put 45 on their head. Stop playing. We here to talk our talk.
I understand that they had some guys missing on defense, but they were 15-2, man. They were 15-2
without them,
and their offense was number 1. What they got to do with that? So they're missing defensive players. Nothing to do with their offense turning the ball over 4 or 5 times. We played good football. We hit them in the mouth, man. They weren't.
And I said this is a hot take. I said this is a hot take last week. This ain't no hot take no more. Jaden Daniels is the best rookie quarterback in NFL history. I don't care what nobody say. And if you really think about the clutch games, 6 clutch games in under 1 minute,
and the Hail Mary,
that add insult to injury, the Hail Mary to get us to the playoffs for what since 1991 and pass the divisional round in the NFC Championship. Now we facing our rival. Man. To go to the Super Bowl, bro, and you think about all the weapons that all these teams have. You think about all the weapons. The Philly guys, Saquon Barkley, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, and then a premier defense. Then you have Josh Allen. I understand he's not doing on a premier, but he also has weapons as well, too. You got Lamar, who had weapons as well, too. You have Patrick Mahomes. They've been there before. We are the only team that are the outliers. And we not sitting here playing, bro. We not playing. We got a veteran.
We weren't supposed to be here.
We wasn't supposed to be here.
Now
we here. We don't got nothing to lose. NFC Championship, AFC Championship. Let's make our predictions.
I'm going Bills, Washington, man.
Of course we got.
I hate the Commanders now.
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm different from you. I got the Chiefs and Commanders in the Super Bowl. The reason why I say that is because this man Mahomes, bro, he's GOAT level, bro. He's become so great to where he can be the greatest of all time, because in these games, just like we say about Tom Brady, the will to win is unfathomable, and he's done it to Josh Allen every single time. He's his kryptonite. I can't bet against Patrick Mahomes, bro.
It's hard to bet against Mahomes and Kelce. They get it done, but there's only one team that really beat them this year, and it was the Bills. So I'm like, man, something got to give. Yeah. Something got to give. It was up to either. I said, listen, Lamar and Josh, y'all legacy on the line. Lamar, you're out. You got to try again next year. Josh, you're here again, man. Mm-hmm. You're in front of this dude again, man. Like, come on, man.
And our keys to victory for us as Commander fans is stop the run.
Take care of
the
football.
We stop Saquon, then I'm good if Jalen Hurts beats us with 250, 300 passing yards. I'm good at that, because if you don't allow Saquon to get in rhythm, that may not even happen.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But if that happens, you got to tip your hat off to them, like, okay, good game. But we do not allow Saquon Barkley to beat us. Then we got a game. That's how we won the second game with Philly. He had 15 to 20 rushing yards in the second half. we stop the run, then we can be successful because our offense going to score. It's not even a doubt about it anymore. Our offense going to score. And like I said to begin with, Rookie of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, Jaden Daniels, Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate, Mike Sanistrell. They are putting the team on their back, bro. And shout out to Bobby Wagner because he's the perfect person that we needed for veteran experience to keep us moving forward.
Yes, sir.
Hey, let's get into it. Like I said,
one more time.
One more time for the one more time. Like we said, if you didn't grow up and you didn't know that NFL was sponsored by Reebok, you not, and then especially if you got the vintage Washington Redskins jersey. Come on now, you're not a real fan. I'm sorry.
My dad still got his white one. It still looks pretty.
And it's
good.
cool. We accepting applicants too. You know, we're not getting cocky, but we accepting applicants. But that's next year. All the bandwagon fans, you know, we want y'all right now because we need all the prayers and help we can get for sure. But hey, like I said,
you know what's crazy, bro? We got $100 million in cap space.
$100 million cap space going into the offseason.
We can improve, bro. We've turned ourselves into a place where players would actually want to come here and play now.
Bro, this is the worst roster JD5 is going to have. And our roster is already dominant.
Players are going to want to come to play in Washington now. Like, Dan Snyder is gone. Possibly getting a new stadium. You got new ownership in there, new coach in there. You got a quarterback. You got a winning culture now.
Sky's the limit.
Sky's the limit.
T.
Higgins, pull up, man.
And like I said, Washington eliminated 2 things this weekend. The Detroit Lions and TikTok. Only for 15 hours. So welcome back, TikTok. And thank God, TikTok is restored. I will say that because you had 170 million users in America that would have been out of TikTok, and then you have most of them that are creating jobs, that had created jobs and lanes for themselves on TikTok. So it's a blessing for it to return. Another thing about that as well too, it shows you that you kind of can't put all of your eggs in one basket. Yeah. Because if something like this is to happen, then you just lost out on income. But I will say always have a plan A and plan B. But this TikTok decision just felt like a PR stunt to me.
It was. I'm glad you said it. 100% felt like a PR stunt. Because Trump's not even president until today. So to write that on your statement to say President Trump, like he officially has no power to do that until today, which means somebody in Congress on that side has made a decision or whatever, and y'all have aligned yourself with them. And you know, Elon Musk got Twitter, and John Zuckerberg's got Instagram. So I don't get into politics, but I see the agenda, and this was definitely a PR stunt. But whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's all propaganda. Hey, at the end of the day, I am happy that it has returned because I was like, Dad, what I'm gonna do? TikTok provides a certain element that we don't have on the other social media sites. Like, and then you have the other social media sites that are now, you know, trying to add.
Yeah, man. I don't need an app that does everything. I need apps that do different things.
Yes,
like absolutely. I need Twitter. Even though Elon Musk has ruined Twitter, I'm tired of it swiping up after every freaking video.
But you need Twitter to be Twitter.
Yeah.
You need IG to be IG.
He's trying to turn it into TikTok. That's why everything swipes up immediately after. I hate that. Then it's ads everywhere. Like that really pisses me off about Twitter. Twitter used to be free. Now there's ads everywhere. You got to pay for it. I'm like, bro, what is this? Like, what happened to the app that I love? This app was fine until you showed up here. Like, you didn't have to do anything with this app. Now it's worse. You changed the name, like all this other stuff that didn't even need to happen.
I think TikTok is such user friendly, and then it's also for the times, bro. Just like how Vine was for that time, it's for this time because the attention span is so short. But also it catches. It's so informational. It's entertaining, bro. And then also you really can brand yourself and build a following from TikTok. Facts. You know, it's different from the other sites where a lot of, like Instagram reminds me of the bougie person coming into a party. They're too cool now. Twitter reminds me of the nonchalant. I'm just doing my own thing. Snapchat is in a world of its own. Facebook is like for a certain community, you know. And then you have TikTok that's really for everybody at this point. Like they really leveraged to where, hey, we can't really live without it. And hey, I can't see a world without TikTok at this point. So I'm glad that it did get restored because for that 15 hours, people was hurt. People was crashing out.
If people was crashing out, I was like, y'all are insane. If you were somebody that was making money off of there, then I understand. And I hope you did your due diligence to get all your people to go over to other apps. I'm like, y'all can still create on these other apps. But I understand. But some of these people were just like crashing out because they wouldn't have the app anymore, and they weren't even making money off the app. It was just the app. I was like, all right, like
And you know who I feel sad for?
It shouldn't be your entire life.
I'm sad for those people that made that impulse decision to delete TikTok. Because
but see, yeah.
Now you can't go and get it in the App Store.
But I knew that was going to happen because I remember somebody said this might be like the Flappy Bird situation. Remember Flappy Bird?
I know what you're talking about.
And they got rid of the game, but if you kept the app, you could still play Flappy Bird. But if you delete the app, you can't go back and get it.
Yep.
I really felt like it was going to be. That's why I didn't get rid of it. I was like, let me keep TikTok, man, because maybe I can still get on it. Even after the ban, I saw, damn, I really can't get on this joint. I didn't go delete it because my man was saying
best decision.
Yeah,
best decision. And I messed up on my part because CapCut is one of my editing for my podcast and for all my content.
Yeah, I heard that joint was tripping.
But I got I deleted it. Now I can't get it back. But it's still you still can't access it like you can access TikTok. So I mean it is what it is. But like that's one of those situations.
Why CapCut had to go?
Because CapCut is in partnership with TikTok. It's like the same. It's like under the same umbrella. That's crazy, bro. And when you really think about it, that's what everybody use for editing.
That's what I use to edit.
That's what I use for editing as well too. But now I gotta, you gotta maneuver.
That's so trash.
Gotta do what you gotta do. It is trash though.
Did you hear about the situation with the I'm trying to see if I can find it. Dude, a real estate investor. He had built his own home in one of the best neighborhoods in Ohio, and this lady. I'm gonna find it. This lady, she was at his door. This is her trying to explain herself.
I heard it. I did see about the situation. Go ahead, explain.
Yeah, but so she's in his driveway. She's on his front porch with her two kids. Knock on the door. He pulls into his driveway. Gets out his car. She goes, "Excuse me, do you live here?" He goes, "Yes." And she goes, "I don't believe that." And then she grabs her baby out the stroller, tells her child to come on. And next thing you know, she's running down the street, screaming, help, help, help. His wife comes out the door saying, "Is like what's going on? What's happening?" She comes back. She got like her husband with her, or something like that, trying to explain and act like he came from out of nowhere, and she caught him off guard, and that's why I was at your back. But that's my husband. He was like, I pulled into the driveway, like you were at our front porch talking about, so you don't believe I live here. Like
my thing is, if you don't believe I live here, so be it. Why are you in my driveway? Why are you on my property?
Why are you on my porch?
That is my problem. Why are you on my property?
My wife and kid inside. Looking at like, what are you doing?
And then
on my
you
porch?
sit there talking about help. And basically, you there at the middle of the night with your two kids. All this is decision making, and also this situation shows you.
I haven't looked at her thing, but I'm like, because I don't want to read it. I'm like,
also this situation shows you, bro, the times that we still in.
Yeah, like
the times that we still in. You profiling this man when you right outside of his door with your two kids, and then you screaming help, calling the police, and that could have ended so terribly in this situation for that man who just coming back home, trying to go back to his house peacefully.
Yeah, man, like you on someone else's front porch, whether you believe they live there or not.
Did you hear her explanation though?
No, I haven't looked at it.
Hold up, but her explanation, because I watched it, but her explanation was horrible. Her explanation was basically sitting there, oh, well, you can see, I hope you can understand and see where I'm coming from. I had my two children and somebody just coming down the street, and it looked like they were trying to do something to me.
But
like,
you're in his driveway.
Her explanation was so gaslighting and so off. And it goes to show you that people just be out here profiling for no reason.
Like you're not. It'd be one thing if you were in your driveway on your porch and someone that you didn't know drove into your driveway and your porch.
Exactly.
That would be fearful.
For sure.
But you're on someone else's house, someone else's driveway, someone else's porch, talking about some. He came out of nowhere. I feel like what? Like you're not where you're supposed to be,
and you're irresponsible for having your kids in that situation to begin with.
You are not where you're supposed to be. In a court of law, any judge will see like, man, this is like you were on someone else's property.
And then you should have heard the response of the wife. The wife is just like, you're on our property. He lives here. That is
like,
my
that's
husband.
my husband.
What are we
and you said you didn't
about?
believe he lived here. Like, what are you talking about?
And then her response, she tried to flip the story until guess what? That's why the Ring camera, bruh.
I got one now.
The Ring camera, I'm telling you, has saved so many lives. I promise you. Because now, if it wasn't video evidence, it would have been he say, she say. And also now you have somebody that is of this color and another person of this skin color. Now it's my word against yours. Now I can be potentially locked up, or I can be potentially taken to court over something that you started, not being in the place that you're supposed to be, and you're on my property. But without that Ring camera, this could have been a whole other situation. Yeah. Thank God for the Ring camera.
I'm thinking about investing in a dash camera.
That's important too.
I'm thinking about investing in the dash camera.
Because you got people that are in accidents, they'll try to flip it.
Yeah, I saw this one dude. This dude was like chasing him down the street. He had him pinned on a bridge. And dude was like trying to drive and get away. He was on the phone with the police. And this guy was like, he was following him with his truck. Like he was trying to take him out. I was like, yo.
Did you see the car that went into the water over the bridge?
What?
This past weekend in the DMV, it was across Memorial Bridge in Virginia. An accident happened. Dude had swerved, went into the water. And rest in peace, because that individual did not make it. And this just goes into conversation about safety and making sure that when you're on the road, understand that it's just not your life that you're impacting. You got other people's lives in your hands based off of the decisions you make with your vehicle. You know what I'm saying? That was so sad. And if you look at that up, that was crazy. That was a crazy situation. And more news, you have like we said earlier, the inauguration that's going on, but people tearing Snoop Dogg up right now. Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Rick Ross, and Soulja Boy performed at Trump's inauguration events, and in my humble opinion, it's like, okay, whatever you do whatever you want to do with your celebrity, with your platform. You're a public figure. You want to go for work, whatever you want to go for work. Cool, that's cool. People on Snoop Dogg mainly is because in 2017 he had a lot to say about Kanye West coming out and defending Trump and saying these certain things. And he had a lot of disparaging comments towards the Trump camp. You feel me? So now, in hindsight,
never golfing with the coach and like, give you my
fast
word.
Forward, what it just seems to be is just that you can be bored. That's all that is to me. That a check can make you change your morals and your principles and how you really feel. And that's why a lot of people on Snoop right now, we love Snoop, but also
love Ross too.
You're not exempt from criticism.
Yeah, that was my only thing. I don't know about Nelly and Soulja Boy, you know, and I'm not mad at anybody that chooses to go perform. It is what it is, you know that it's literally your job. You're a performer, so if someone pays you to perform, then I'm not mad at that. But if you are going, like Snoop and Ross, if you are going to come out and publicly make these statements and say things like and criticize other folks, then you got to say no to these things, because now you look funny in the light, and I don't see how you can explain, you know, a scenario where this makes sense. Because it's like, I don't even know why Nelly's getting any heat. I mean, I know why he's getting heat, but I don't think he should get any heat. I think it should all just be on Snoop Dogg and Rick Ross, because y'all had the most to say, you know, about, you know, not, you know, aligning with Trump and Kanye shouldn't do this, but here you are performing. So that's my only thing. I'm just like, yo, man, like.
And then your response to criticism matters. Yeah, it matters. And then also understanding that you're a public figure. So Snoop had a post basically saying, like, you know what I'm saying? It basically saying the middle finger's up. Like, F y'all opinion, F what y'all think. But also, you got to think about this. All these people, but guess what? All these people that support you, you got to think about how that impacts them, because they look at you as a public figure. They look at you for guidance. You can say if you're a role model or not. But regardless of anything, you have this position, and you have to understand your position, you know, as a public figure.
You could have easily just been like, you know what, I did say those things and it was hypocritical of me, you know, when they ain't got nothing, when they can't take accountability for stuff. They just like,
yeah, that'd be the problem.
We saw with the Fabio thing, you know, it's like, dude, like, what are you talking about? Like,
and now little TJ making shirts, a Plat-Boy Max, and he threatened to sue. And I'm like, hey, power to you. Because you made a situation where he simply just wanted you to respect his rules in the house. You want to talk about how hood you are and how you don't care about what he has to say, and now you want to take it elsewhere. Yeah, well, this is not the rebrand. This is not the rebrand that you need, bro.
Nope.
You really just got your life saved a few years back. Man, people.
Then you got arrested for something.
Some people just don't. Some people just don't learn.
The other situation that reminds me of this is like what's going on with Cam and Jim. Like, I don't like that, because I feel like Jim does this to Cam like once every 2 years. Cause it was like, you know, Cam was talking to 50, and he didn't say anything malicious. He simply was talking about how, you know, during the time of when they was beefing, 50 got Jim to come out and perform. He wasn't throwing a shot at Jim. He was just talking about when that happened. He was like, yo, I didn't even think to hit up or even try to do that. The fact that he got that to happen, like, that was crazy to me. He was big enough 50 for 50 even be able to make that play. So he wasn't coming at Jim. It just so happened it was Jim that did it. And then Jim, first of all, depending on whose platform you go on matters. Because there's the type of content you're gonna get. You can go on Respectfully Justin's platform, you're getting drama. You on there for drama. That's all he's there for. Mm-hmm. That's his platform. So you go on there, you say, yo, they on my right. Like, yo, I did this. Like why are you acting like that to have to say all that for him even having to tell that story? He wasn't coming at you. He was simply just talking about it. But you sitting up there and you bad mouthing Cam and you bad mouthing Mace for what they doing and all this extra stuff. So now Cam got a rebuttal, and I didn't really like all Cam had to say. You making it seem like Cam, like that Jim was just a fan and he didn't really do nothing. I'm like, I don't know if that's the whole history. Like Jim was really riding for Dipset and being the muscle for sure. Like y'all really was locked in. Like I don't, but I get it.
You know what this situation?
But so as this is it, and then here comes Jim with the diss record. I'm like, yo, like this is just so clout chasey to me. I don't like this.
This
man.
Situation right here makes me respect the Locks so much more.
Most loyal group of hip hop.
It makes me respect the Locks so much more. And I understand in groups you have different egos, but what is most important is not outing your brother or sister on public platforms. Whatever's in-house, keep it in-house. And if you do have problems, just understand it. Once you bring that public, then you allow the public to choose sides. Fact. Then you allow the divide to happen. We don't want that. Y'all are one of the greatest rap groups ever.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, y'all both contributed to something monumental that was for the people, and that was for rap.
About them too. He had put up this heartfelt post about how they did something that was really monumental. I loved watching it while I was in jail, and I hope y'all can
and come together, bro.
Yeah, and I do too, because like I didn't like. For me, it was just like I don't know why Jim felt like he needed to respond like that, because it was just like I don't think Cam was coming for him. I think Cam was just talking. He was just talking candid. I feel like they're at a point now, like, yo, we can talk about like that's why he was sitting down with 50. Like they had beef, and they're at a point now where we can actually sit down and have conversations about it, like. And he was like, yo, man, like he got members of Dipset to come perform. And I was just like, yo, that was a smart play, because I didn't even think to hit up Yayo or Banks. Like, that's all he was doing. Like I don't think he wasn't coming for. He didn't even say Jim's name, but it was Jim. But he wasn't trying to come for Jim. He was just trying. I think he was just telling the story about what happened. Well, we are at a place now where I should be able to just say that's what happened. And it be like that. And you can't let Justin bait you into reacting that way, man. You can't.
And regardless of anything, if we really brothers and we really friends, you should not have any type of envy or jealousy in your heart. That's the only thing man. I feel like about what Jim is wrong in this situation, because you're upset that Cam and Mace they are elevating in a certain space. Look here, let them be great and you do your own thing.
I watched Mace on Cam for a long time in front of like, all right, but they got past that.
Right, and they got past it.
They got past it.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. It was the same way you and Fresh got past it. I was about to say, it was hypocritical
like, on, they got past it. On Jim's part. But
I ain't seeing stuff like that, so.
Since we talking about the older generation as far as the groups, let's talk about the age requirements.
Oh yeah. I put that in the group chat earlier this week. Like they was playing with me like, yep. We big bro. It's the internet standard.
Yeah, we big bro.
We are not unks.
We not no unks. So
I'm like, y'all don't even got no 29-year-old uncle. Stop lying to me.
So the age requirements to be a YN, which is a young N word, or a unk goes viral. So this is the age requirement, and this is valid. 13 to 24 is a young nigga.
You a YN. Cool. 13 to 24.
You're a YN. 25 to 35, you're a big bro. I don't know since when 29, 30.
Y'all don't even got uncles that age, bro.
Stop it.
And if you do have an uncle that's younger, that's by circumstance. You have a sister or a brother that's older than you, 36, and they have kids your age.
36 to 48 is unc.
Come on now. What are we talking about?
And 49, and I'll say 50 plus, that's old school. Cool. We can leave it at that.
We can leave it at that, bro. Leave it at that. You're not going to play with me. I'm 29. I'm an uncle. Are you kidding me?
It's funny because my students are always like Uncle Faze on Uncle Faze. I ain't bothered, but I was just like, dang, like I'm not the unk age. I'm not.
Y'all don't got no 29-year-old uncle.
I ain't even 30 yet. Like,
and for those of you that do, that is circumstantial. That's not like your uncle is always usually somebody that's like in like mid 30s, close to 40s.
For sure.
It's not like a Quavo and Takeoff situation where Quavo's sister is way older than him, correct. So she had a kid closer to his age. So they were more like brothers than anything. He just happens to be his uncle because his mother is
Don't
his
call
sister.
me no unc, bro.
I'm not an unc, bro. I'm
call me no
29,
unc.
bro. Like, what are we talking about?
But the millennials, we're not uncs yet. I just want to let you guys know that right now. We not unc.
We not 30 yet.
We still in the ages of what? I'll say 27 or 40. That's like the millennial ages. We not
Come
uncs
on,
yet.
bro.
Don't fast forward us.
The internet has spoken. We are not uncs.
Don't
We are
fast
big
forward.
bro. We on big bro status. That's it.
In terms of finances, all right, in finances, this was a question that was posed and they was talking about it. Can $375K last a lifetime?
No.
I say
With
yes.
nothing else ever coming in, ever?
But the reason why I say yes is because you have people nowadays that's living check to check. And
Wait, what's the circumstance? Like,
So-
you get 375K, and that's it? No other money coming in? Or you talking about a year?
So no, that's it. So 370K a lifetime, and I understand. Well, from my point of view, I understand that a lifetime is a long time.
Yeah,
but
I'm not older.
if you have good money management, that can last you a lifetime. Because my way of thinking is that you have people that living check to check. You feel me? That are actually managing their lives. If somebody 375K is a lot for the everyday citizen. And if you know how to money manage, I think it can last a lifetime. Understand, we're in the economy we're in. $100 is $1,000 is like $100.
Yeah.
So I get it. It can run out very quick, and it may not last a lifetime. But it depends for me how you money manage.
I'm not rolling. I don't think you can last a lifetime. Only because life is so fickle, and it depends on the kind of lifestyle you want to live. Like, you would need to be single for the rest of your life, not have no significant other, and have no kids, because that's other expenses. You know, so kids alone, you paying for everything. It's gonna cost you money, food for them, medical stuff. They get hurt, car crash. Like, life is so unpredictable, and you just never know when you're gonna have to deal a large sum of cash. You know what I'm saying? Like, God forbid you get sick. God forbid you get in an accident, and the insurance only covers so much. You just never know. Or a family member. Like, you just, like, life is just too unpredictable. You know. For me to feel like that could last you an entire lifetime. And if you want to last you a lifetime, you have to be alone. Like, you cannot have any kids. You can't get a wife. Because that's just more money you're going to have to spend.
And then how people look at it, 370K. And nowadays in the economy,
You have to
it's
get a one-bedroom.
not even enough for a house.
You can't get a bigger place. You can't get a bigger place.
It's expensive.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
It's expensive. But I do think money management comes into play depending on who you are. And like you said, your everyday expenses and what your family and your dynamic is, it is based off of that. So my opinion, I think it's circumstantial. Like you just said, if you're solo, then maybe. But if you have family, you have expenses, you have other things that can happen, it can go just like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like when I was debating with people online, I'm like, let's not look at 375K like it's not a lot of money. It's still a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
You get what I'm saying? But it could be spent very fast.
It's the same thing with the Jimmy Butler situation. What they was talking about on the Joe Budden podcast with Jimmy Butler's, baby mother. They got 3 kids. She's trying to get another 10K on top of the 55 a month.
55K.
I'm like, fam, 55K a month, and you don't work, and you trying to get a nanny, and you want 10 again. I'm like, bro, I'm not rolling with that. And I didn't like the caping that was going on the power from Melissa. I was like, are you like Mark be caping for anything? I be like, he was like, why should we normalize people having to struggle with it like that? Because that is normal, Mark. What you mean normalize? That is normal. It is what's unnormal is being a millionaire or being married to a basketball player. That's not that normal. What is normal is being a regular human. I make 55K a year. I mean 55K a month. Are you serious? Like, that's what's not normal. We're not normalizing. That's what we're not gonna normalize. You were telling me you're getting 55K a month for 3 children, and you do not work, and you want a nanny. Take care of your children.
Facts. That's a
Take
bar right
care
there.
of your children.
That's a bar right
And then
there.
I don't like the fact they were saying stuff like, "Oh, well, the kids should be able to live, a certain lifestyle." Like, listen, as long as Jimmy Butler is their dad, they will live that certain lifestyle.
for sure.
Now, if you're tripping off of how frequent they get to live it, then let them live with him. If you want them to have it all the time, but if they're gonna live with their mother, they're not gonna have it all the time. But as long as Jimmy Butler is their dad, they're gonna live that lifestyle.
Regardless of anything, 55K.
55K a month? What are you kidding
for 3
me?
children.
What are you talking about? You don't work?
Kids are expensive,
kidding me?
but they're never that expensive.
I'm not giving you another $10,000.
And what we see in this situation, it's about the lifestyle that the mom wants to live.
Exactly.
Not with the children.
Because you're talking about that the kids gotta go to private. They don't have to go to private school. It's something that you want for them.
Exactly.
Like your taxes go to public school. Nothing wrong with sending your kids to public school. There's plenty of people that have made it in life, been successful, gone to public school. And the education is not like the education is supposedly better, but you can still get a good education at public school. But I'm like, I would send my kid to private school if he or she is really good at a sport, and it looks like they have a level. It looks like they have an actual possibility of being like really good at that sport, and a private school would actually benefit that. 100%, I send my kid to private school off of that. But my taxes are going to public school, and I went to public school. I'm fine. You went to public school. You got 2 degrees. So it's like the kids don't have to go to public school. If you can afford to send them there, of course you could want to send them there. But we can't make it seem like it's a necessity that they have to go. And if they do, like, and Jimmy wants them to go as the dad, he'll pay for it. That doesn't mean I have to give you extra $10K a month. I'll pay for it if it's something I want my kids to do.
In my opinion, and I think
and one of them's 12 months old.
And
like,
I think, but my thing is, I think right now we see celebrities and we see so much money, just get money talk and stuff like that. We get out of touch as well too, as just a regular human being and citizen outward looking. Regardless of anything, yes, he's making this certain amount of money, but let's not dismiss that 55K is 55K. People don't make that in a year. So she is getting that in a month, and she wants to add 10K to get a nanny, but
one of your kids is 12 months.
And look, that is a want. With 55K a month, you have everything you need and access.
One of your kids is 1 year old. They do not. I wish I would pay for daycare and you would stay at home mom. And one of my kids is one. Take care of your children. You had the children. Take care of the children.
Let's stop.
Or you decide to go to work, then we can talk. But you're not even going to work.
Let's stop caping just because we see.
Move your grandmother in. Like, just because move your mother in. Something like what?
These
like, what
public
are we talking about, man?
That have $1 million deals and stuff like that. We understand.
And then it's like
money.
People just assume that because athletes make a certain amount of money, that money just grows on trees. And it's just like, yo, man, like we make a certain amount of money based off of how we perform. And all the top guys spend top dollar on their body. Like, I think they said Derrick Henry spends like $275,000 on his body. And that might be a month. I don't know if it's LeBron spends $1 million on his body. 22 years in the league. You know what I'm saying? So to perform at the level, then you got to talk about the fact that Jimmy is 35, which means his time in the NBA is coming to an end.
That's true.
He's also at a tail end of his career where he's not going to make the $100 million contracts. He's already about to leave Miami, and who knows what kind of money he's going to get wherever he goes. It may not be the $60 million a year, $20 million a year. It may not be that much. He's at the tail end of his career. He's not going to be making that much money. So how much money he's bringing in now matters a whole lot more than it ever did. To take care of his body, to keep playing, to save it, so he can make his next move, and because it's going to be less and less and less at this stage of the game, and to the point it's almost not going to happen anymore. He will not be in the NBA that many years.
And at the end of the day, let's stop acting like this. The same amount of money is not a lot of money.
It's $55,000 a month. That's why. Shout out to Ish. Ish was saying like, "Yo, we're not going to act like $55K a month is close. What's that? That's close to like $1 million a year." I would love to make that. I make that a year. I make $55K a year.
Right.
I'm talking about like I can't feel sympathy because there are too many regular people making it happen with less.
Exactly.
Yes, if you have the advantage, you should use the advantage. But then there's also just being greedy. Like there's also that. It's like, all right, come on now. I think about Blake Griffin. Blake Griffin has to pay $258,000 a month in child support.
Come on now.
I don't know if his daughter's 18 yet, but like I do, like
regardless of anything, like
that's $3 million a year.
That's a lot. It's a lot.
That's $3 million a year. I was like, I was like, man, she got him. She got him at the height of his career when he was making all that money. He's not even in the league now.
Speaking about Parenthood,
free to Cal.
Method Man allegedly beat up daughter.
Free Johnny Blaze, man.
Would you ever do this? So Method Man allegedly beat up his ex-daughter's boyfriend in the gym.
I don't know what the boyfriend did, but Meth don't ever be in trouble. So I'm about to
we never see
free to Cal.
We never see Meth in trouble.
Free Johnny Blaze, man. Free Meth. I agree with him. I feel like whatever he did was valid.
And based on whatever the circumstances were, it had to be a reason because Method Man is never in no trouble, never in no. And
he be working out when he in the gym. He be working out. He be locked in. So the fact that he stopped his workout to go do that. Oh, what
I will say, you disrespect somebody's child, especially somebody's daughter, as a young man. You got what's coming to you. You deserve whatever you did. You deserve whatever beating you about to take.
And them real daddies don't play about their daughters, man.
It's simple as that.
They kids in general, but they daughters,
I got too much to say
boy.
about that. Now, Busta Rhymes' situation is a little bit different.
What do you do?
Busta Rhymes basically he beat up his assistant, but we don't know what was going on. Yeah. It's been a case of the beats lately. People been getting washed
the
up.
The boot bat's been going around, man.
But it's a totally different situation when you messing with somebody's seed.
Yeah, so I don't know the circle. I don't know what he did, but free Johnny Blaze, man. Free Method Man. Free Tikal.
Hey, before we get up out of here, like I said, because next time you guys see us, we either gonna be in the Super Bowl or we gonna be going home.
And I'm still gonna wear this.
And guess what? I think we're gonna be going to the Super Bowl, and I'm gonna remain confident about that. Eagles fans,
who wins tonight? Ohio State or Notre Dame? I got Ohio State.
I got Notre Dame.
Oh, I forgot you were Michigan.
Come on now, I'm a diehard Michigan fan.
Can't like Ohio State. My bad.
Look here, we already won our Super Bowl by beating them 4 years in a row. I ain't tripping off of them. So, hey, the most talented team is Ohio State, but Notre Dame, they got a good coach. They got a good system. Hey, I got Notre Dame.
Shout out to that guy, man.
Yes, sir. Hey, much love, y'all. Make sure you tap in, like, share, subscribe to Face Zombie Podcast. Yes, sir.